Frank Howley, Suda51 is at it again. Goichi Suda, one of our favorite interviewees of all time, and the legends and lunatics over at Grasshopper Manufacture Incorporated have brought out Romeo is a Dead Man. And I've seen some videos and screenshots of this game. It did not look like this.
Yeah, this is a game where every I can't even just go into like graphic settings. Every like page, every screen, the UI is so radical and insane. It feels like everything is infused with complete love and reverence for the game medium. Like even the save screen here is like old assy looking art. Apparently, this was one of the very first Arrow games ever made. Like one of the first like nudity type games, and so this is what a callback to this art style is. Like every screen is just overwhelming. When you're back on the ship, it's like a 16-bit art style. We'll dive into the core game of it, but like, yeah, I started playing this and immediately was like, oh, this is one of my favorite games of the year, like easily.
My favorite thing about this, and we talked about it on the podcast this week, is that reviews of this game have been all over the shop. It is you either get it or you don't, I think, or it either connects with you or you don't. You know, it got great review from GameSpot. You know, IGN Belarus loved it, but then lots of other people were like, I don't know, man, this thing's weird. Which honestly, I think that's the best reviews you can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want something that appeases to everybody. Like, that's not necessarily a good sign. This is something that's hyper weird, but for me, it's like, oh, 10,000% up my alley. I already screwed up cooking this. There's so many, I did a bad job. But everything here is just infused with stuff.
Is that chicken katsu?
You can make katsu. So there's anime cutscenes. It's incredible. So you can,
So this video is basically, for you, dear viewer, this is your sort of... litmus test for whether or not this game is for you. If you watch this video and you're like, okay, I need to do this, go out and grab it. And if it's not, then you're not cool. That's okay. Rank A, look at that shit.
We got rank A. So right now I'm doing a little bit of mission prep before we dive in. Just giving an example. So that's a nice katsu python. Is that a snake? I don't know. You can see everything will give you like different stat bonuses based you're eating, kind of similar to Monster Hunter. But we'll dive back and explore the ship a bit. But I'll kind of show the core gameplay of it. The premise of this game, Romeo is a Dead Man, is you work for like the space FBI and you travel the galaxy hunting down criminals across space-time. So you're traveling to like different eras. The current level I'm on we'll dive into is a very Jonestown level, 1978, the Space and Me Colts. Other levels include, there's these little like side dungeons you can do to grind stuff. A 1992 Asylum, that's a very like horror, very evil within type place. There's also, maybe my favorite level, there's a 1983 shopping mall, the Deadford Shopping Mall, which is quite literally Dawn of the Dead, like Romero zombies. And then there's a City Hall 60 Night of the Living Dead. And throughout the galaxy, there's these little side dungeons you can do where it's pretty basic quarters where you're hacking, slashing monsters, getting upgrades. But we'll dive through the Dragon Gate. And one thing, Suda51 in the 90s did all the Fire Pro Wrestling games. There's so many references to Japanese wrestling organizations. Dragon Gate is a wrestling organization, so that's one little thing I instantly noticed, like, oh, this is infused. Here we are, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the space-time criminal. So we're here at the Jonestown level. We rescued a journalist who is dressed as Rambo. We're going to help her escape.
Whoa. That's the state of journalism in the future?
Yeah, no, this is 1978. She arrived to investigate, and she was trapped, so now we're escaping. So every level, it's very much based like episodic. When you beat an episode, it rolls credits. So, and it has like the cast and stuff, so it almost feels like you're always getting like a fake out ending. So we're here on a stage. I kind of started a little bit. You get a puzzle item. You're unlocking bridges to get to the next area. So this is, it almost feels like Resident Evil 4 or Resident Evil 6 or even No More Heroes, traditional Suda51 hack and slash games. There's really juicy melee combat, and juicy in the sense of like it's blood and guts. It has like great feedback when you hack and slash, lots of blood and gore. It's very like Dead Alive splatterpunk. If you want to, you can also pull out weapons. And so, yeah, it's just you're constantly dashing, flipping through, or maybe in like light action RPG elements. You can switch weapons anytime. I have just been leveling up a single weapon. So I use my shotgun and then these like dual blades, but there are different weapons. There's like a machine gun you can use.
Oh, nice.
There is, I believe, a rocket launcher. Let me find.
And then when it comes to the, each level, I'm assuming it has its own sort of art style and vibe. Are the enemies consistent throughout?
So the zombies are dressed differently. So here they're dressed in like Jonestown cult things. I think like the 60s, everyone's business suit. Dawn of the Dead, they have the 70s thing. In the Asylum, they're like mental patients. And then the gameplay like evolves where you'll get more and more complicated monsters.
Whoa.
And so as you defeat them, a little page. So that ability I just did, on the left side, you'll see I'm collecting blood. And once you collect enough blood, you do like, I think it's called the Blood Summer ability, which is just a, like your ultimate, but that's also a way of getting health back. So now I have 1 charge level. You can also you unlock air dashing. And then another element too, there's so many mechanics in this game. At first it's a little overwhelming, but they kind of introduced it to piece by piece. There's a tutorial stage, but you have what's called bastards. So you too can summon zombies with the special abilities, and you can kind of just spam these out, and they have little cooldowns. And
oh my God. And they're called bastards?
They're called bastards. You collect bastard seeds and you grow them in your garden. And then you get little journals and things like that. That kind of gives story details. And yeah, it's very like Suda51, just crazy, wacky. Like I'm not 100% like following along every plot detail. It's definitely there and consistent, but I'm just enjoying like the style of everything.
Man, yeah, it is a feast for the eyes. I'll say that if nothing else. And you know, nothing new there when it comes to the work of Grasshopper, but it has felt like over the past couple of years that the studio hasn't produced, you know, anything resembling the sort of the bangers, you know what I mean? The Killer 7s, the No More Heroes, the stuff that people really remember and love. Look at that journalist. She's doing a great job. Does this feel like a sort of, you know, I don't want to necessarily say return to form, but does it feel closer to the, you know, the great games people remember them for?
Yeah, like to me, it feels very much like a video game, but it feels like they finally got a solid budget, because the last two I played was Traffic Strikes Again and No More Heroes 3, which both launched on Switch. So they had reduced frame rate, their graphics didn't look good. They later ported No More Heroes 3 to PS5, but I kind of like, it didn't click for me that first time. So it's been such a long time. The last time I was really in a flow with all these games was during the 360 era, and it feels like a great, not in a negative way, it truly feels like an incredible game from that era, where it's like the scope isn't too big, it's filled with love, it's, you know, again, if this is for you, you immediately get into a flow state. We just got a bastard seed, you can plant them in the garden.
Epic bastard. Wow, I think I've been called that before.
So yeah, it's
what was that? Was that the journalist?
I think so. I think she was yelling out support. And yeah, she'll shoot stuff. Not every level has a companion, but again, every level is so unique, which is why even like picking a point to showcase this game was kind of overwhelming, because there's just so much happening here. There's like a little space drift you can go into and grind. And one thing I like, it's not like too difficult.
What the fuck is that thing?
That's just a little monster freak. And there's like weak points in some of these stronger enemies. It kind of looks like a liquor from Resident Evil 2.
Attack its weak point from massive damage.
There you go, and it shatters. So if I wanted to go in here, it's called like a space drift. Again, little side dungeon you can do to get more mats, and you can use your mats to upgrade items. So we'll see if we can just go one little extra area.
What's mats?
So I just I just use like materials. So
okay, got it.
Yeah, so you can upgrade your weapons. You upgrade your health, things like that, and every time you upgrade stuff is its own mini game. I guess I could even show it off right now. Let me see.
Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's get weird with this weird ass game. All right, sticks his face in it. I love how like there's so many aspects of this game that feel like, oh, you could have just had like a simple menu do that, but they're just like, no, let's have a spaceship that you rotate. Let's have him stick his face in the thing. Let's have whatever this is.
So this is like early on in the game, you spend your like XP, your the currency you're grinding on. You unlock all these weapons, and it kind of shows you can get all these by like the shopping mall area, and then
lots of references there as well. I saw Nebuchadnezzar was one of the weapons. That's a Matrix reference.
Yeah, the Nebuchadnezzar's here, the Yggdrasil, all this stuff. And so, yeah, you can see I've just stuck with the Arcadia Spear and the shotgun, and the game's letting me progress. But you can spend these Sentry points to upgrade your items if you want to, but I've just been saving them all. But now I'm at the point where I need the red Sentries, the even higher ones.
What's Bloody Summer?
So I think that is your like ultimate ability you use, and then blood amount is how much you gain. Break ability is just like, staggering them, and then attack power. My favorite way of upgrading in this is it's called, I think this is a Dead Gear Cannonball. I described it almost like Pac-Man. You spend your XP here.
What?
To unlock different stats. Yeah. So
what the fuck is this?
That's how you choose your upgrades. It's like, I've never seen like a skill tree like this. So you can even like reset the whole progression if you want to get an example. So when you start, you're at the center of the map, and I've just been spending XP going around collecting things. And it's like, such a unique but very funny video gamey way of doing skill points. And it's like, I'm sure there's optimal routes. I've just been enjoying playing it and kind of figuring it out as I go. So there's that there. And you can see how much you spent. And then, I believe it's Emerald Flosion he even took. That's a wrestler's finishing move. So even that was a reference to an old Noah wrestler. So there's just so much stuff. So
oh man, I'd love to talk to Suda-san and the team about this, because like what it feels like is they've made a game for like the 2026 ADHD generation. You know what I mean? It's like, don't worry, don't look at your phone. Don't look at your phone. We got you. Look, there's a new game. Look, we got this thing. You want some bastard seeds? We got you.
Yeah, and I can even show that off here. So if we go to the spaceship, so as you're getting upgrades, and this has happened a few times where I've got to a point where I kept dying on a boss fight, and I was like, all right, let me grind a bit. When you do die, the game does like a roulette where you get a bonus stat point for that boss attempt, which I think is very friendly. So we can teleport back to the ship.
I love how everything's in French there as well, you know?
Yeah, it's like the trilingual, you get like all languages.
What the fuck is this?
It's a little load screen. So we'll go over to the Bastard Garden. We'll plant that new seed.
The Bastard? Is that what it's called? The Bastard Yard?
I think so. Yeah, let me see.
Oh, look at this. I like it because like a lot of this stuff is like, you know, this is the problem you run into when it's 2026, when you know, I turned 40. I've played a lot of games with these systems, you know what I mean? I've done all this, but they've added a sort of an element of nonsense and detail to everything that makes it feel different and special. Like what you're doing is upgrading your weapons and planting stuff. You know what I mean? Like Hades does this too. You know what I mean? Like lots of games have done this, but I don't know. There's something about like, you know, when you know when the developer really cares about your time, and this is I just, it's hard not to love that they did all this stuff. You know, it's almost like I want to play this game because I just want to like support developers who do this type of thing or something. You know, it's like, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's just radically unique as opposed to it being homogenized where it's just kind of one flavor throughout. It's so wild, and yeah, the more I've been playing it now, I'm like, oh, I understand all this.
No way!
Yeah.
No way! It's like a uncle. Oh my god, that is brilliant. That's so funny. And what's the pink thing? It's like his like backstory or something.
Yeah, so it's like a name and then like a descriptor or some kind of.
Oh, this is because again, you could just hit the button and it just produces a green guy. You know what I mean? But like, cold demeanor. Oh, it's Danielle. Danielle.
And then like Persona, you can fuse them, and when you fuse the bastards, this is very good. Let me do
fuse some bastards, please.
Bastard fusion. So let's take. Let me see. All right.
The pictures of them is hilarious. Look at them. They're all like on the ranch.
Doesn't look their age. Bradley, extremely picky Rosie, has a slightly long right arm. Barbara watches 5 movies per month. Yeah,
that's not even notable. Like that's not even that many or that few. You know what I mean? Like that seems like average. 5 movies a month. I don't know. That's what I watch.
Almost Died in the Desert. Yeah, smells everything right. I haven't looked at all these like.
That guy's called Whiskey.
We'll just fuse 2. And then this, again, there's so much love of like wrestling and MMA stuff in here. So when they fuse, you can skip these cutscenes, but this is so cute. They're in a little MMA ring.
You're kidding me. Like why did they do, you know what I mean? Like you could have easily not done this part, you know? Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like if you'd like a, you know, your producer from the publisher. Obviously this is self-published, but like if you had obviously this is self-published. But if you had a producer from like, you know, from the money people, they'd be like, all right, we need to like trim, you know, 400K out of this project. Could we not have the Bastard Seed 2nd or 3rd mini game? They're like, no, we need it.
Yeah, and then speaking of mini games, I mean we can I'll dive into this just for a second. Every time you encounter, we did the cooking katsu mini game. Here is a little thing I stumbled onto where there's a nurse here. How's the cult going? Any hot guys in it? You do a thing that said, well, I want you to examine me. So I click this, and I was like, all right, what is this?
Uh-oh. There she is.
Okay, let's start the interview. Are you ready? Be even more straightforward than you usually would. Welcome to the time-shocking labyrinth. How are you feeling right now?
Okay.
So I'm excited. I can hear the metronome of your love. No one can stop the sweet beating of one's heart. What's your number temperature? I haven't checked. Honestly, what if your temperature was at room temperature? Just kidding. My job isn't about your body temperature, but the temperature of your heart. You might be experiencing the early stages of love.
Okay.
What's the most common dream you've had lately? I think I think the answer is I don't remember. Let me see.
This seems more like a dating situation than a medical situation. Am I right?
Yeah. You kind of stumbled into these are in like Persona and stuff when you're going out and you either answer the question right, you get bonus points, or you fail it. So I started doing this, and I was like, oh my god, okay, has anything hurt recently? I don't remember what the answer to this was. I think it's my head.
Oh, so if you failed one of these questions, it would kick you out?
Yep, like we just did. That pain can be a sign your thoughts are clogged up. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just reset everything, see you, and you get dumped out? And I was like, are you serious? So I did this again. I want you to examine me. And it doesn't resume where you failed. It starts you from the beginning. So so it was like memorizing a script. I'm excited. I haven't checked. Let me see. I don't remember. And then I think it's my chest. Fatigue and stress can sometimes cause chest pain. Try taking a deep breath and spinning. Oh no. And then so you failed out. So the answer was your heart. So if you continue, and so I started doing it. I memorized like maybe 10 of these, and then I realized like, wait a minute. And I looked online, and there's 99 answers.
Outstanding. And then what do you get? Like, what happens?
You get an achievement. You get married. Like it's like there's and the questions get so absurd that it's genuinely fun. Like there's no way. Like you really have to guess or just look at a guy. Like so it is worth doing even if you use a guy because it's very funny. But I was like stressed near the end because if I messed up, I'd have to start all over again.
Oh my god, 99. I mean that's gonna take like 15 minutes or something. Like, and it's basically just like a big troll. All right.
Yes.
They're just like,
yes.
Yeah. Oh my god. Do you want to go to a different level this time around?
Yeah. Let me show you one of the coolest things. We'll load up a different save. So that I showed you kind of the base thing. You're going around an island, killing colds, doing light puzzle elements to make progression. Like that thankfully was like kind of easy. The combat was a little bit more advanced, but I had upgraded my stuff quite a bit. Let me make sure I have the right save. Okay. This will be. Let me see. Slot 4. Okay. So this is an earlier level at an asylum. The first half of which is like a very like kind of intense stealth section, very like Resident Evil, or even again like opening up Evil Within, and then you get your weapons back, and then an element. This is in all the stages. You're exploring a level, killing zombies, trying to find the space time bad guy, and then
sometimes that TV showing you some katsu?
It's it's very like Twin Peaks. Let's take a look. So sometimes the only way to progress are through these like very like Twin Peaks White Lodge or Black Lodge CRT teleporters. Go insane, dead man. And there's a little lore stuff diving in.
Is this the fast travel?
Yeah, travel to subspace. So then you go into like what is essentially the Matrix. And you have to find a CRT inside the Matrix. Then you're spit out in a different area of the map. And then that's how you get around locked doors or find keys and stuff. And then when you're in here, everything is like voxel. It's so, and just for context, we're playing on PS5. I don't know if there's like performance or graphics stuff, but like I'll notice the graphics get like a little blurry here, but the stability overall is pretty good. But yeah, it's so ridiculous. We can't progress here.
Like, I'm getting flashbacks to like Metal Gear Solid VR missions here.
Yes.
Are you collecting this? What is this?
Yeah, so I think this is the, it doesn't show it on this page, on the stats page. It might be.
Oh, look at that menu.
Oh, yeah. The UI, yeah, it's crazy. So there's like database, bastards.
We need a best UI like game award, right? Like this is.
It's so cool.
UIs have gotten so much better in the past like 8 years. This is wild.
Yeah, all this stuff here, and then documents and things like that you can find. Oh yeah, I just noticed even the background is like the zombie wallpaper in the background. I
very John Romero.
Yeah, fuck George Romero. But yeah, even on the podcast, I said like this game kind of reminds me of Dead Rising because I feel like they're both pulling from that like very B horror like novelty fun. Like it's not like punishing. It's not too difficult. It's like it's joyous. In the way many like 80s horror is. So here's another CRT.
It's not scary. It's not a horror game.
And then another detail I loved is on the right, you see the different frequencies. There's FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, was the Japanese promotion in the 90s that had barbed wire exploding death matches.
Very cool.
So the fact that like that is in here is such a subtle detail. In one of the opening cutscenes, they reference the New World Order. There's just, I don't know, there's just so much like specific reference in here that I adore and is so exciting to see reflected in the game. Little like Windows XP loading bar, like it's with Mount Fuji in the background. And so we are spit in a different part of the asylum.
It's a great transition. It looks so good.
And if you need to save, you can. So yeah, so every level is like a different a different vibe going on. This felt the most survival horror. They take away your weapons at the beginning, so it is a little intense. And then you're back to hack and slash, and they start introducing these more, poltergeist like It also reminds me in Demon Souls, those like I forget what those called. Those like octopus wizards. Those I hated those. Yeah.
Creepy dudes.
So you're running around. There's like decapitated mental asylum patients. It feels like going through like a haunted mansion or a haunted house at like Knott's or Universal.
What's in this room?
So here.
God.
Oh, and the music that pops. So here's like a little combat encounter where you'll be swarmed, and then by the end, you'll probably get a key or an item.
Okay, so they're teleporting in, are they?
Yeah, so I'm spawning all my bastards.
Thank good. Yeah, get that one you upgraded, that Karen. That was she was pretty cool. Mess them up. And then the combat, like, you know, the cynic in me would say that, like, you know, you're doing a lot of this flashy stuff on the side because maybe the combat's not that interesting. What's your, you know, impression of the combat after all of this?
Yeah, it feels really good. It feels really good. Once I upgraded the weapons and had a better, like, I feel like at first everything feels a little weak. And again, I was still learning the systems, but now I really, really like it. I like anything that gives you progression in XP. So even if you get stuck, you can just go into the save point and everything respawns. You can grind a bit. So I really like it. I think I always go back to like Street Fighter Third Strike. When you impact it, like, it kind of has that impact feel, like where it's like chunky as your sword is slashed. Yeah, and it's like, oh, that feels good. I think there's some increase like of the haptic feedback on the PS5 controller.
Oh, great! I'll have to charge it every 20 minutes, like
with,
every game I play on the PS5.
See here now, I can't remember which. I think we got something. Let me see. And if I get lost, that's okay. But let me.
Romeo is a dead man. Frank is a lost man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we went. The thing I still can't recall is which CRTs you went through and which ones you didn't. So
I was they're all just like disconnected.
Okay, I remember we seeing the save point. I was like starting to think the green one meant clear because I remember we went through that one and then this one's blue, so I haven't gone through this one yet.
What else do you want to show? Like, is there any other level you want to show or mini game or?
I could show off the shopping mall because that was the most like George Romero. All right, oh, there might be one thing in here. Let me see it. If not, I can pop open and load.
Yeah, do your thing. I've also seen there's a bunch of really cool like cutscenes they've been showing off.
Yeah,
like really well animated, like TV quality stuff. You know, of various genres as well. Like, you know, very like almost Joel Haver style stuff and like throwback anime stuff to like esoteric anime stuff. Yeah, where do they appear? Are they like in between levels and stuff?
Yeah, so when you set up levels or before bosses, sometimes there'll be like comic pages, sometimes there'll be like in-game animated cutscenes, and yeah, again, the story and tone of it is so goofy. Again, similar to like Lollipop Chainsaw or No More Heroes, just you're constantly in love with your girlfriend, but you keep dying, so you're trying to go back in time and reset to be reunited with her. You keep having like nightmares and flashbacks to the day you die. Like it's, again, it's the story. Like I'm not like, you know, grounded on the plot, but for me, I'm like, yeah, this is good. I'm not skipping the cutscenes, and for me, that's a huge compliment.
You're not gonna get an A in the book report.
No, I have no idea what the hell is going on, but it's cool. Okay. That's all that matters. I kind of showed off a quick thing where like sometimes in the stages you'll have to do this little orb puzzle to kind of reveal the next spot. And I thought that was really cool. It smooths out. Also kind of reminds me of Luminous, the way the levels are arranged. But I can also show off the shopping mall if I can remember to get the hell out of here. But yeah, everything about this, yeah, it's hard to say the vibe of it. But every like, God, it feels like every 5 minutes you're doing something completely fresh and it shifts. And if you do just have to, oh, we got a key here. And if you do just have to kill enemies, it's just very, very fun. So I really like it. But yeah, let me see if I can. Oh yeah, this might actually be the way to get out.
Yeah. Do you want to? Oh, okay. Yeah. And if you can't, you can just load up on your.
Fine.
How much? I know you like you've made a bunch of saves for us, so you can sort of bounce around. How much have you played?
I think I'm at about like 9 hours. I wonder
cool.
if even. Yeah, this might.
Any idea how long it is?
I don't know. I think I'm maybe a third or halfway through the game. It seems like this is like a 15-20 hour game. There's like the trophies are all like different episodes, and I don't think there's more than like 9 to 13. And
yeah, it says according to our good friends at How Long to Beat, seems like a average runtime is around 13 to 14 hours.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And again, that's where I call back to like that 360 era, where it's like I would GameFly games, rent games, and I would GameFly and rent all of Studio 51's games, beat them for a week, and then I loved it. Like I remember when No More Heroes finally came out on PS3, ordering that from GameFly, liking it so much, I did the thing where you keep the disc, you spend money, you buy it at a discount, and I was like, oh my God, and then I was hooked on his games ever since.
Love it, yeah.
And then,
I remember when I moved to the UK, Blockbuster did that thing. I think it was like you paid them like a fee every week, and you had like unlimited
Yeah.
Like you could take out 3 games at a time or something. It was crazy. It saved so much money.
It might. I don't know if it was called Summer Game Pass, but it was a thing remember the promotion in the summer. It was like, it might have been Summer Game Pass or Summer Game. I don't know if it was Summer. It wasn't Summer
Game Pass. Brought to you by Jeff Keighley. It's actually where it started.
But Blockbuster had a summer games promotion, and yeah, it was like maybe $20 a month or something. And
Are you shooting stuff here?
So yeah, it's kind of automatic. I'm moving my right cursor. So as you're going through the galaxy, getting to the next area, you're kind of collecting space junk. And you use those space junk to get cooking ingredients and to level up your weapons. You have upchain spinach, it says on the bottom left. So yeah, there's just so much stuff going in here. It's so goofy. It's so gleeful. Like, yeah, I don't know. It makes me happy to play. It also makes me happy to know there's a team out there making stuff that's so silly, so cool. And like, yeah, it's like funny to see review scores all over the place. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it doesn't offend me. People don't like the game, but for me, it's like, oh, this feels like it was made for me. I'm so delighted by it.
So there's a couple of different spawn points there you could go into because you've already completed this one. Is that right?
Yeah. So yeah, and again, like a Souls level, like the equivalent like bonfires, you can pick it. But yeah, the second stage after the tutorial, you just spawn in this mall, and it was like, oh my god,
Dead Rising all over again.
Yeah, it was incredible. It's like, oh, this is so cool. And then here, like, I think specifically, this is the outfit that one of the main characters in Dawn of the Dead has. Like,
brilliant.
It's not Ken Furry. It's there's the 2 military guys, the girl, and then like the regular guy. And the regular guy kind of has that attire on. So I was just like, oh my god, they did their own little Dawn of the Dead level in here. And again, there's no progression for me to come back here, but if I kill stuff, I'm getting XP. And I did do the thing after I beat the stage. I went back and kind of roamed around because I genuinely wanted to see how everything was laid out, and I did find a few extra little collectibles. But yeah, it's just, it's so cool and fun to see.
Man, look at that. There's so many, like, I'm watching all the, like, weird post-processing effects that are going on. There's, like, obviously, like, lightning occurring there and things. What the hell is that thing in the background?
Let me see. Is that this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy will run at you and then explode. So this is one of the first, like, advanced monsters. Now, on a current stage, there's, like, tons of them, so it kind of scales up the enemies. This first stage, I think it's just zombies, a few other things. Those are, like, gates where if you go through... Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think this is an ice rink here. You can go down. Now, this is an example where if you go down here, you're stuck, and you have to go through the CRT to escape.
Okay.
And then there's another little...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say there's another like UI element thing where I don't know if this will still open, but there's sometimes during fights there'll be little portals that will spit like, oh here, and your UI will get all messed up. So let me see if I can activate it.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, mobility impairment. And then you're stuck with your sword, and then sometimes you can do a mini game to reset your UI. It won't pop up now, and you have to like do a button input like Helldivers to reset your. Oh yeah, it showed up for a second. I'll see if I can trigger it one more time. So it was just like so much is happening, and it's insane to like process, but it's so funny now after playing 8 hours. Like, oh, I understand this. So let me see if I can.
That's cool. Yeah, but it sounds like a lot of the early game joy comes from just figuring out what's going on in this weird world and all the menus and all the mini games and yeah. But yeah, we haven't spoiled too much of it, right? There's loads more going on in here.
Yeah, like I didn't show any like cutscenes, like no boss battles or things like that, and like going to the Matrix stuff is a little. I did get lost a handful of times. You don't have a map in that area. Here, I believe you do have a map, and it's laid out like the equivalent of the bonfire. This pharmacy. I guess there's a door. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so and then like an Estus flask on the bottom left, you can see you can pop pills to get your health back, and
is there a hard mode? Yeah. Is there like a
So at the beginning, you can pick easy difficulty. It's funny. I think the on the menu it says what your your dish is. It's milk chocolate. So there's like easy is something, default is milk chocolate, hard is a different dish, and you can't change it in the middle. But playing it on normal feels like good for today. I feel like games were harder back in the day, so I would have played it on easy. But playing this on normal is no problem.
Hell yeah. Romeo is a Dead Man, available now on pretty much everything except Switch 2, am I right?
Yeah, I think they confirmed Switch 2 is in development. So I'm playing this on PS5. It did crash 3 times, but I think I was specifically using a bastard that would steal bastard seeds from other enemies, and when you use that on bosses, it just crashes. It crashed every time. So I don't know, but other than that, it's been okay. But I would recommend save often. There is an autosave, but I think I maybe lost like 10 minutes of progress. Nothing too bad, but yeah, just warning. But
keep your bastards in check is what I'm hearing here to make sure the game doesn't crash. Yeah, also available on PC, Steam. $49.99. Is that what you paid for it on PlayStation as well? Presumably,
Yes. Yeah.
something like that. $50. So not full price, but closer to full price than not. But yeah, as you've shown off today, this is a very well produced, interesting piece of work from a very cool independent studio, self-published as well. Grasshopper manufacturer. I mean, who doesn't love them? Doing stuff like this. It's pretty cool. This is awesome. It's been a while since I've dove into their games for the same reason as you. I think I wasn't super interested in playing a lot of these games on Switch because I only use it as a handheld, and to me their games have always been sit down on the TV and let them sort of sing. But yeah, I'm absolutely going to check this one out. I'll probably get it on PS5 as well. Actually, it kind of feels like where maybe it's at home. But yeah, also available on Series X. Is it Series S? Their website. Are people still making things for the Series S?
I don't know. I think by whatever law, by Microsoft, I think if a game is on X, it has to run on S. So I don't know if they just do like PC spec stuff where it's like, just run it at low settings, but I have no idea.
Yeah, full potato mode over there on it. Yeah, I think it is. I was on their website earlier and it looked like it is. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder how many people who follow NoClip 2, their main platform is an Xbox Series S. That sounds. Hey, if you are, stick your name in the comments. Let us know. We'd love to hear all about it. Romeo's a dead man. Frank Howley, you are a great man for showing us this game. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And best of luck with the doctor.
Thank you.